How you guys doing? This is my first show, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make a spiced up apple ginger cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. It's very easy. Couple ingredients. We have one habanero. You could use two. I'm gonna have a little piece of ginger in here just to give that little bite. Okay, so I'm gonna need a cup of honey, but I accidentally bought 144 of these little 1 ounces. So it's going to take me a little time to pour 12 of these in the recipe. But 1 cup of honey, 2 apples, and I'm using 2 bags of cranberry. So let's get started. I'll save it and clean the skin off of my dogs. Okay, I just like even just cutting this like this, and then, that's it. You got your little wedges like this, but this is it. So we're gonna cut these in little cubes. I'm putting the skin on here because I'm just gonna go with a little bit of texture. Hope they like it, or else they're gonna have to peel little pieces of skin off. Let me get this apple. I like to just simple method. I just kind of like cut it in half. Then have the other one. I'm using ruby red apples. Then once I cut all these apples, I like just to go a little slant, just from right over here, just to get that. So I'm just trying to show you, but I usually just cut it right there, and it just kind of gives it a nice clean cut. Yeah, you could use an apple core, but I don't have one. This is what I always do at the restaurant. Right in the pot that I'll be using, because it's just that simple. This tomorrow or the next day, I promise you guys about my famous Thanksgiving stuffing. It's awesome stuffing. I've been doing this probably, I don't even know, maybe like 6 years now, maybe even longer, because believe it or not, at one time in my restaurant we used to have like a little hot buffet, and I used to make that as one of my, what was it, I think it was like a roasted pork special or a meatloaf with spinach stuffing as a side. They actually loved it so much that some of my customers would just request that and just eat that by itself. And believe it or not, I kind of got the recipe from in the mall in Woodbridge when I used to live in New Jersey, and I fell in love with it. So I went there so many times, I just kind of like just took it apart and just kind of figured out how to do it, and I nailed it. I mean, it's not that hard, but I'll show you guys on the video that's going to be coming up in a couple days. But right now I'm doing the jalapeno peppers, the habanero peppers. I want to do jalapeno, but I'm a spice guy. I usually leave the seeds just to kick it up, because as you cook it, you know what, I'm going to, because I'm only using one. I'm a spice guy. So, ooh, I can smell this one. Lately, I've been turned on to the California Reaper. I actually put on a slice of pizza and I ate it. I did it one day and I was like, wow, I was pretty impressed. I ate a whole jalapeno Reaper on a slice of pizza. And then I tried doing it the other day, and if my guys in the restaurant are watching this video, I thought I was going through a little food poisoning because my stomach was just like not feeling right, and I was feeling nauseous, and I couldn't figure it out because I was like, hey, I had the Reaper on a slice of pizza and it didn't bother me at all. So why is it affecting me today? That one was a little bit hotter, and I definitely did have something probably hotter than that. I mean, I didn't eat the Reaper raw. I had it on a slice of pizza, but it wasn't like the hottest thing I ever ate. But definitely, whatever it was doing, it did something to my stomach. I guess because I didn't eat anything, and oh, forget it. I was panicking. My glands was like just like shooting like saliva. I never had food poison before, so I'm just like asking about, hey, what's food poison? And I was getting so nervous, and I threw all these peppers away, and I loved them. And I thought, okay, there's something wrong with the peppers. Let me get rid of them. And then I don't know, like as soon as I threw all the peppers away, a couple minutes later, or not a couple minutes later, like 20 minutes later, it went away. And I'm just like, why did I throw these peppers away? They're my favorite. So, yeah, it's going to have a little kick. And it's always good to use a little sweet and spice. I think if you're going to use spice, have some little bit of sweetness to it. I mean, for the hardcores, yeah, definitely go with the more vinegar base. You're just going straight up. That's what I do. A lot of my hot sauces, in fact, 90% of all my hot sauces are vinegar based because I'm going for the heat. But if I'm going with something that I'm a little bit scared with the Reaper, I'll bring a little sweetness to it. I guess it tends to, it doesn't give you that as much potent as it actually is. So this recipe calls for probably like about a tablespoon and a half. I'm just eyeing it out because that's what I always do. Just want to try to get this really nice because I don't want people saying, oh, what's this? And then if it's ginger, they might not like ginger. So it's better to like them trying to figure it out. No, I mean, ginger is a spice that I think everybody, when they taste it, kind of know what it is. And I was taught from an old school, never use this end of the knife to scrape it because you're going to dull the knife. And it's dangerous. In fact, don't even try this. I'm just letting you guys know. I always flip it. Here's the sharp end. I always flip it and use the dull side if I had to scrape the bottom of it. If you do, please be very, very careful. Make sure always when you use a sharp knife, know about your surroundings, because it's not about how good you are, it's also the surroundings. It's like riding a motorcycle. Somebody could hit you and not pay attention, hit your elbow, and that's all it takes. So I've been there, done that. Again, if you do, please use caution. Okay, I think this is about it. This is going to go into the pot. And I think that's it. Now you just got to give me a little bit because I got to open 12 gorgeous little 1-ounce bottles into my little pot. Okay, so now that we got our little spices going on over here, let me see. Put some light over here. Maybe I get something a little bit better light. Now I'm going to incorporate my cranberries. Why not? I don't know, what was I thinking? Let me just... Pretty good idea, right? Leave that instead of just waiting. It's like doing shots. Right now I'm doing 11 shots of honey. I could turn it on, but I'm not going to. Because God forbid one of these little things break, which they shouldn't, but hey, if they do, then it's kaput. Finite. We start again. No more honey. I should have thought about this. Okay, so, and I might even go fishing and grab a cranberry. So if you guys accidentally buy honey for $60-something and you think you're buying really good quality honey, make sure you see the quantity of it. I bought this for a holiday, thinking, all right, let me splurge. Let me see what the difference is on this honey. There was no difference. The only difference was I got 144 of these little bad boys. Just moved here not too long ago, and always wanted a gas burning oven, just like the restaurant. And I do. I got one. So I haven't really cooked that much in this oven, but an oven's an oven. You just got to get used to the temperatures. This one, I believe it or not, it's pretty high. It got some power to it. I usually cook at a medium number, and it's still hot. So just got to get a little adjusted to it. But gas, the chef's dream. Even though people, say they like the electric in some ways. My brother, he likes the electric for, I think, roasting or baking. He thinks electric is the way to go. Stovetop, obviously gas or induction heat, but I like, I forgot to mention a half a lemon. Well, two, so it's actually a whole lemon. So juice of a whole lemon. I'm just going to do a little bit more. Just a little bit, nothing too much. Didn't have any lemon, so I had to go with my little lemon juice. It gets the job done. But I'm just going to have to simmer for this for basically 17-20 minutes, depending. What texture you like or what you're going for, the thickness. It will thicken up more as it cools down. I'm a cranberry guy for Thanksgiving. There's a couple things that you need, and for Thanksgiving, for me, it ain't Thanksgiving without cranberry. I know some people like just simple cranberry, so I got a couple cans of cranberry just in case anybody wants that, but I gotta make my own cranberry. And if you guys haven't had fried turkey, I don't know. You guys are missing out. I've heard it for years, and I had a lot of my customers in New Jersey swear by it, and I was just like, fried turkey, what the hell are they talking about? We finally joined the club about 8 years ago. Yeah, about 8 years ago. And never turned back. It's fried or nothing. Smoke is good too, but ain't nothing like fried. And cranberry. And some good stuffing. Mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes. I'm doing a cornbread pudding. Also, I think it's my second time doing it. But we did a pizza party, me and Vinny the Slice. And we never had a cornbread pudding. And this lady, one of our customers, our clients, their aunt or somebody brought this cornbread pudding. And we're looking at it, we're like, what the heck is this? But boy, let me tell you, when you tasted it, that was a family recipe, and it took us like the whole night, the whole job, 3 hours we're there at the site. It took us 3 hours to finally convince her to give us the recipe. I'm not gonna lie. She told us, and I had the video, and I don't know where the video's at. So I lost the recipe, but it was good. Crazy, sad story, but I thought about it the other day, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I got this cornbread stuffing, or pudding, should I say, that I'm going to make. I hope they like it. It's good. Okay, so we're going back to this. I just need to lower this a little bit. Gotta let these cranberries burst. Just want to see if I could just, I got my own smell vision here. Oh yeah, they're bursting. So it's like popcorn. But I just want to thank everybody for watching this. This is my first one since I just said, you know what, let me just do it. I'm off today, and I just said, let's go for it. Show you. I got my oven on 4, and I'm telling you, it got some power to it. I gotta reduce it a little bit. And my dog, that's Lucy. You'll guys meet the dogs pretty soon. They're my cleanup crew. Whenever I drop something, they usually wait underneath while I cook, because I'm always dropping a little bit of something. It's enough for them. But that's it. Ooh, gotta let this bad boy. I'm gonna let this simmer. I'm bringing it down. Okay. I'm not gonna wait until this is done. I'm probably gonna do this for another 10 minutes or so. See if I'm happy with the consistency of it. Turn it off, let it cool for a couple hours, refrigerate it, taste it. It's a good day. That's a good thing probably making something this early, because if you don't like the way it comes out, still got time to do another one. But I can smell it. It's there. All right, guys. I hope to see you guys in a couple days. Thank you. Please comment, like, and tell me what you think about my first video. Okay, guys. This is how it turned out. It looks unbelievable, and it tastes delicious. And I'm glad I used just one habanero, because it definitely got a little kick. But I love the way the apples just absorbed the cranberries, and it's only 100 calories per serving, so that's why I went with the honey. It's not like your typical sweet cranberry. It's has a little sweetness just from the honey, but nice little tart, and definitely a nice little kick. And I probably could have used a little bit of ginger. I felt like it was lacking a little bit, but next time I did want to use a little bit more ginger.